in Parshas Chai Sarah. It's a fascinating thing. We actually have two references in this chapter to a zaken. Avraham Avinu is referred to as a zaken, and Eliezer, his servant, is referred to as a zaken. It's interesting that the pasuk begins, the first pasuk in Parashas Chai Sarah begins by saying, "Va'Avraham zaken." Abraham is an old man. Who cares? Who cares? If the Torah is looking to express an accolade, to praise the greatness of Avraham Avinu, what does it mean by saying Avram's a zaken? He's an old man. Bo bayamim, well on in years. V'Hashem beirach Avram bako. It's very nice to know that Avraham Avinu was an old man. But what significance does that concept have that the Torah needs to tell us that? It happens to be a fact. But why is it important to know?
Because of the next verse. Hashem beirach bako. He didn't have any worries in his old age. He didn't have any worries.
Maybe you can explain it that he didn't have any worries in his old age. Okay, not going to argue with that. Really, the pasuk says that a little bit later. But no, I know, I understand. But I'm saying even later on, the Torah makes a point of that. But still, I mean, we know that Avraham Avinu, when he came back from Egypt, was laden with wealth. So was his wealth something that came to him only at an older age or not? Why is it so significant to know that he was an old man? And if you're right, so then the Torah could have said, God blessed him with everything. Why do we have to know that the blessing came about at the time when he was an older man? The Gemara says, interestingly here, that Avram Zaken, Omer Rabbi Chama bar Chanina, mi'ameim shel Abuseinu lo paska yeshiva mehem. The indication over here is an amazing thing. When you think about Yeshiva's Rabbi Akiva, it's fascinating what the Gemara is saying over here. It means throughout the days of our forefathers, here particularly related to Avraham Avinu, lo paska yeshiva, that the yeshiva never ended, yeshiva never stopped. Avram zaken v'yoshev b'yeshiva hayir. Shenever Avram zaken. The Gemara explains the significance of what the Torah is telling us by explaining that Avram was a zaken, was saying that in spite of the fact that he was old, he still was sitting and learning in yeshiva. You hear what he's saying? This is Yeshiva's Rabbi Akiva. The whole purpose, to aspire to be like our forefather Abraham. That Abraham, and it says Abuseinu, apparently this was the way of the Avos. That the yeshiva in their lives was their place of dwelling. Even when they got old, they never stopped sitting and learning and teaching. And therefore, the concept of zaken here is telling you really the maturing of a man in wisdom. And when it says, Hashem beirach, the Gemara goes on to explain, what is beirach? Beirach is Avram bako. HaTorah mishamarto le'adam mikol ra. V'naruso, that when he's a young man, the Torah protects him from, when a person is, Yetzer Hara is strong, he's young, he's vibrant, aggressive, and he can go in many different directions. A person has energy. How does a person express the vitality of his being? So you can express it in many different ways. But when he's young, the Torah protects him. And it gives to him, the Torah makes it that his life at later on, when he doesn't have that same degree of vitality, he doesn't have the ability to work in those days, to do agriculture. But older men lacking wisdom, they're really not able to enjoy their old age to the fullness because they have nothing to occupy themselves. So here the blessing was because when he was young, he dedicated his life to being a wise man, to be a zaken, a man of wisdom. Zeh shekana chachma, that is the abbreviation of zaken, one that acquires wisdom. That wisdom carried him through life when he was young to help him fight against the desire to accomplish things that may not be fully appropriate. And when he got older, it protected him in the sense that he was able to continue to engage in his life pursuit even at a time when his vitality was somewhat diminished. So we can appreciate how vital it is for an older man to sit in the yeshiva, and the purpose and the vitality of yeshivas Rabbi Akiva, that an older man has the opportunity and sit to develop himself, to develop and heighten his level of wisdom and fulfill his true purpose, even at a time when his vitality is not the same as it was when he was younger. And that was the midah of Avram Avinu. Avram zaken v'yoshev b'yeshiva. And he sat in yeshiva even when he was older.